Hi guys. Uh, Welcome back to A Teenager's Perspective. Um, Sorry we've been gone for so long. We had to deal with graduating and just a bunch of other shit.
Busy. End of the year activities.
Yeah, so we had to deal with graduating. I've been starting some classes, and then we kind of ran out of time for doing this, but we're back. We're gonna be talking about some new shit, maybe some messed up stuff, uh, and yeah. So welcome back. We're glad to have you guys.
Welcome back.
Yeah, hopefully we can keep this up over the summer, and so on. So today I think we're gonna focus on what we think the future holds, and by that I mean with careers and with our futures and with your future, anybody's future really. So I want to start off by saying that I think in our generation's future, it's gonna be very different to how it has been for the past century, maybe eon.
Why?
I
Because
think
of phones.
I think because of phones
they've
and the internet.
influenced.
Since the internet was created, everything has been different and everything has gone, it's had its uphills, but it's had big downhills, and things that
Downfalls.
have changed a lot. Like in the 90s, say you wanted to hang out with your friend, and you would just go ride your bike over to their house or drive a car, and then you would
just knock on their door.
No, you would just enter the house. You would just enter the house because it was safe to have your doors unlocked. Nobody needed to be scared, and so you would just go in the house and be like, "Hey, what's up, Mrs. Smith?" And then they'd be like, maybe like, "Hey, sweetie." And then you would just go hang out with your friend and be like, "Hey, dude, let's hang out," and then just go from there. But nowadays everybody's door is locked. You have to ask the friend if they want to hang out, and you have to find a time that is good for the both of you. You have to ask the parent if you can hang out with their kid and ask what a good time for them is, and you have to ask, well, sometimes you have to ask your parent if you can hang out and what a good time to do it is. And shit's changed, and it's a lot more different than what it used to be.
There's a lot more liabilities with doing those simple things now. Like, people get drugged at parties.
Fentanyl.
Yeah. Fentanyl is like the most commonly laced, or thing, the most common drug that is used to lace other drugs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's very lethal, even in minor doses. Like, a small dose could kill you or me.
Baby, I'm fast.
Everything I do is for a reason. Everything
Stop,
I do is
stop.
so strategic. Baby, please don't leave me.
Okay, alright. You good? Okay. But yeah, fentanyl, drugs, kids, vaping, drinking, smoking. I mean, maybe kids smoked back then, but like that was like tobacco. That was like the shit that made you like.
There's also chewing tobacco.
I'm 80 years old and I was smoking for 60 years of my life. You know? But, I mean, it's no joke. It's no joke. It's sad, you know? Nobody knew the reality of it.
They're
And,
keeping kids off drugs.
you know, vaping and smoking, whatever, nowadays, it's the same thing. You don't know the side effects from it. I mean, sure, there are side effects like now, you know, like that come as you're doing it, like maybe over a couple days, couple months, whatever. But in the long term, you know, nobody knows yet. So, yeah. I just put my foot in the camera. I'm sorry, guys. It might have been a little bit dusty.
And another thing that's different about our generation is the publicity of other people's lives through social media.
Not just other people's lives, it's content in general.
Yeah.
Content that shouldn't be shared, and content that, I mean, really doesn't need to be shared. Like, shit that's pointless to look at, and, you know, stuff that you shouldn't be looking at.
It's just a constant overflow of media on loop, and it's always being added to and advanced.
Mm-hmm.
And the algorithms are addicting. I've tried to delete Instagram so many times.
Yep.
But I always go back to it and fall into the algorithms of the scrolling and the curation of media that the platform gives to me.
Yeah. Like, think about it. You know, you're scrolling on Instagram, you're just looking at real, you know, just real picture, real, skipping some of it, and whatnot. Why? What are you looking for? What are you looking for on there? You're not gonna find anything. You're not gonna find anything. What you look?
Hypocrite.
Okay, for me, I'm looking for opportunities. I'm looking for opportunities.
You send me some garbage sometimes.
Yeah, because I don't know, it's cute.
Like monkeys. Everyone loves monkeys, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure all the monkeys love monkeys too.
No. Monkeys don't get along that much. Monkeys are kind of vicious sometimes. What were you saying?
Yeah, what are you looking for? You're not gonna find anything. You're not gonna find it, whatever you're looking for. I mean, maybe you'll find something, but that's only if you're really looking. You know? It's hard though. It's a struggle to get off of it and, you know, give it up. It really is. But,
Because you want to stay connected.
But, you know, the world doesn't work that way anymore. Ever since the 90s when the internet came out. Now you have to connect through social medias and whatnot, and yeah. I mean, talk about the pandemic. Nobody was connecting in person. It was all online.
Yeah.
That just fucked up. That just fucked up the whole generation. So, I mean, most of it. Some of it.
It was a big portion of time, but I don't think it was a dramatic, huge portion of time. Because it was almost like 4 years ago.
It was.
It was 4 years ago, and I feel like I've changed a lot since
Everyone did.
4 years ago.
I did, especially.
Good.
Yeah. Inside joke. Well, kind of
Womp womp.
not a joke. But, well, whatever. But anyways, I think that moving on from that whole topic, I think the thing with people's careers for the future, my generations, generations before me, after me, I think that we're like genuinely fucked. Like, if you, there's data and there's evidence proving that humans over time, since like the 2000s, have gotten dumber.
True.
So.
Because we have so many more distractions. Distractions are just thrown in front of us, like here.
For smart people to monetize.
What do you mean?
You know, like the owner of TikTok or the owner of Instagram. They're not gonna take it down. They make fucking mad bank from it. They don't care if people, get dumber. They just want to live rich.
Yeah.
I'm sure they care about people, but they don't care about the welfare of the generations and whatnot. I mean, maybe they do with parental
They did
controls
develop
and
the
stuff.
technology though. Like they made it happen. They executed the idea.
Yeah.
But I feel like with those big ideas, the effect on what may happen isn't always considered to the greatest capacity,
Mm-hmm.
because the capacity now is huge. Like social media affects thousands of our generation.
Yeah.
And its effects are clear. Like they're clear with the way I view myself sometimes, the way others view themselves, or just the type of media that's being curated towards the user, Some of it is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I feel like if social media didn't exist,
Everything
time
would be
would-
fine.
time would move at a regular pace.
Yeah.
Because
Things would be normal.
with social media, there's the constant feeling to stay in the moment, to stay connected, to keep clicking, keep scrolling, keep consuming every day until
Temporary
it becomes a pattern and you keep doing it regularly.
Temporary pleasure for long-term suffering.
I guess
You're wasting your time.
you are wasting your time, and time is so valuable, and
It really is.
you can do so much with 20 minutes or 30 minutes of just
Yeah, you could.
anything. But sometimes I'd rather spend 30 minutes scrolling on my phone, doing nothing.
Yeah.
Because it's an option and it's there and it's accessible.
I agree. But moving back to what I said about like the careers, we're fucked. And by that I mean I think that the generation is just becoming less and less, the generation. It's just becoming less and less reliable for a sustained future. And a successful future, you know? Like think about what Americans fought for in World War One and World War II, you know, freedom of speech, Declaration of Independence. We fought for all of that. We fought for what we have today, just for it to come out to be some brain rot butt fuckheads. You know, like, what the fuck is this generation? Like, George Washington would be like disappointed, I'm sure.
Or very confused.
Yeah, very, very confused. But and it doesn't just go for America. I'm sure it goes for other countries, but I mean, probably not as bad, you know. I think America is the least controlled country, to be honest. It's just a bunch of crazy fuckers. You know. But with all the people who, you know, think down on themselves because of social media and because of just media and people being social in general, you know, because they think down on themselves, they don't tend to realize the skills that they have, and they don't apply themselves to anything, and it loses them opportunities, you know? Like, say someone is really good at, just for an example, like biking, you know, like going down biking on mountains and stuff. It's kind of a boring example, but
it's like you
could be hired by fucking Red Bull.
It's like you're good at something, but then you see someone else online who's better at it than you,
and
so you feel demotivated.
You feel like you lost everything.
Why would you feel like you lost everything?
Because you're hopeless. Because you haven't gotten an opportunity yet.
Because you see someone better than you?
Some people might feel like that, yeah.
Yeah, but there's always the feeling to
fight back.
To stay devoted to what you want to.
Yeah, and those people go far in life. Those people go far, but some people are like, you know what? Just because this one time I failed, just because this one time I failed, I think this is not for me. So I'm gonna move on to something else, and I'm gonna do that and see if I'm good at it. And if not, then I'm gonna quit that too and find something else. And you just go jumping from thing to thing, and then you end up being an adult, and you're like, you don't know what to do, so you just jump from job to job, and you become, you know, a failure. Yeah. So, what were you saying? I had to explain that. I'm sorry. But what were you saying?
It also plays into time.
Yeah. Did I steal your thunder or something?
A little bit.
I'm sorry.
It's fine, right?
Yeah.
It's totally fine.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. So there's clearly a lot of things that our generation may struggle with regarding social media and its effects. So I wonder what we can do about this in the future and how we can act on its negative effects.
And another thing is about social media, I think that it ruins a lot of people's mentality, not only about themselves but other people, you know? Like, with social media, there's so many people that judge others and say things that aren't necessary just because they compare. And there's, you know, people that ruin things about each other, you know? Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm sure you get the point.
Okay, so this concludes our podcast. Thank you for listening to our spiel
Mm-hmm.
on social media and its effects. Would you like to add anything?
No. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.